Rolling on the... Oh, Jochebel, I've got it. Welcome back to the 6 o'clock show. Tina Turner was a small-town girl with a big voice who defied the odds to become a global icon. Her story and music is being portrayed on stage, and one of the women who gets to play Tina Turner, Jochebel McCarthy, is here to tell us all about Tina, the Tina Turner musical. Yes, a round of applause.
Come on, thank
but
you.
before we get into all the chat, let's have a sneaky peek look at the show.
All I wanted was my name. Tina Turner. That is mine.
Now, who wants to sing with that?
I am delighted to be joined by a woman who transforms into Tina. Jochebel McCarthy, a huge welcome to the 6 o'clock show.
Thanks, guys.
We just saw some footage there from the show. It looks absolutely incredible. So tell us all about Tina, the Tina Turner musical.
Well, Tina Turner the musical is the most lively musical out there today, in my honest opinion. It is the story of Tina, also known as Anna Mae Bullock, when she was younger, and her journey through her tumultuous relationship with Ike, her ups and downs, and the triumph that is Tina Turner today, as we know and love her for her music, her #1 hits, those legs, yes. So
the legs, for sure.
Definitely.
In heels as well.
Come through,
How do you prepare for a role like this when it's about someone so iconic like Tina Turner?
You have to make sure when you are studying Tina Turner, you're not portraying her as some sort of, it's not a gimmick. This is someone's real life story. So I initially had about 4 to 8 weeks of rehearsals, and because I started doing this in Australia first, and then we were there for about 2 years, and then luckily was able to come here and do it here. But it's a lot of rehearsing, lots of reading into documentaries, reading her book. So yeah, definitely a lot of rehearsing.
What was it like being in Australia? What was that like for you?
Oh, the weather is very good.
Yeah.
The weather was lovely.
Better than Ireland? Surely not.
A little bit better. But Ireland has been looking good this week.
Yes.
Yeah, it has been looking good. It was lovely. I had to go there without my family and my friends, so I had a bit of seclusion to drill this work in, because it's a lot of hard work. But
probably
it's
the
good.
time that you need as well to focus on this part.
Yes.
This show is so high energy, lots of singing, lots of dancing. How do you do it all? Is breathing difficult?
Yes.
Take a breath, Jochebel.
Whenever you can, out of the 3 hours, make sure you do breathe. That helps. That's helpful. And a lot of prayer can get me through. I don't know how everybody else... Indeed, Jesus is my Lord and Saviour. Help me, God.
How do you prepare fitness-wise for this as well? What can you do that helps?
Okay, so I have to hand on her. I'll tell the truth. I do like a takeout, but I have to be careful and make sure that I don't get anything spicy, because if I do, sometimes you can get a little bit of... You don't want to be doing anything on stage.
We don't need that.
No, we don't.
No.
But
have you had a spice bag yet?
No. What's that?
It's chips. There's chicken. It's spicy. There's peppers in there. There's onions. It's called a spice bag.
I'm going to do it on my day off.
Check a spice bag. You won't regret having that.
Really? Okay, good. Spice bag it is.
Spice bag it is.
Okay.
On your day
Recommendations.
Off.
I love it.
Recommendation from me. On a serious note, this musical looks at the relationship Tina Turner had with her husband, Ike. Was there any point during this that you felt hard to act out? Any of the scenes or anything you had to do that you kind of felt, this is tough, this is a hard one?
Yes, there were a few scenes, but then... I don't want to give too much away, because I do want audiences to come in with an open mind, but there are some scenes that show violence and abuse. But I always have to remember with my partner who I play opposite, who plays Ike, that we are playing Ike and Tina Turner. This is not Jochebel and David playing opposite one another. So this isn't me playing Jochebel, it's playing another person.
Is it hard then when you do something quite dramatic on stage? You know, Ike's gone and then hello, David. Is it hard to make that transition?
No, but it's the best thing for you to be able to have a good relationship. When you step off of stage, you know that that's not Ike. You know that this is someone who you love and admire off stage, but on stage, a job has to be done.
Of course.
And you have to do it in the best light. And I think we're doing that quite well. Yes.
The movie What's Love Got to Do with It, I watched with Angela Bassett playing
Yes,
Tina Turner.
Miss Angela Bassett.
We're obsessed, Catch and I are obsessed with Angela Bassett. And she was actually nominated for Best Actress that
Yes,
year,
she
and it went
was.
to Holly Hunter. So I was like, Angela, come through, get that Oscar.
Yes, exactly. We love a good... she was one of my favourites in Black Panther, so...
Oh, my God, I'm obsessed with her.
My lovely queen.
I'm obsessed with her. Speaking of queens, were you a fan of Tina Turner growing up?
Funny enough, I didn't know much about her.
Right,
My
okay.
mum and my dad were obsessed and they played the music around the house, but I never got into it until I started going to musical theatre in university, and then I studied more about her music, and I was like, this woman is absolutely incredible. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad and blessed to be able to portray her on stage.
Of course. Sadly, Tina passed away in 2023. You were in the musical at the time, weren't you?
I was in Australia at the time. When I heard the news, I had people send me rest in peace, are you okay messages, and I was asleep. So when I woke up and I saw these messages, I was very confused. I was like, what's going on? Who's passed? And then I realized what the news was, and I was like, okay, that evening show was absolutely fire because people flocked in to come and pay their respects to her, and it was I had goosebumps because you could tell people tapped into the scenes a little bit more. They were dancing a little bit more, and yes, it was just a beautiful night.
And almost kind of celebrating her life even more, knowing she passed.
Definitely celebrating her life more. And I'm so glad I got to be just a small part of her story.
No, of course. What did it feel like when you put on the wig for the very first time?
Yes.
Quite iconic, I can imagine.
That iconic wig, we call that the crowning.
The crowning?
Because when you put it on,
that.
yes, it's a whole process. You can't just put on the wig. You have to have your makeup and everything. And when you put on the iconic wig, it feels like you've now stepped into the shoes or the wig of Tina Turner. And it's a moment that you take Jochebel aside, Tina Turner's in the room.
Yeah, it's almost like when you put it on, you are Tina.
Yes, I love it. It's a great moment.
What's the reaction been like so far to the show here in Dublin?
So far in Dublin, okay, I have heard some great reviews.
Okay, well, spill the tea here, Jochebel, please. Don't keep it to yourself.
I've heard some great reviews, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but this week I've had a holiday, and I'm about to do a show this evening.
Right.
But I've heard incredible things so far for Dublin audiences, and I can't wait to give them a show tonight.
Of course.
Yes.
Is musical theatre something you've always wanted to do and pursue?
It has been, actually. Musical theatre has been always something... I grew up in church, so I was in the choir. My mum's a reverend minister.
Oh, wow,
she's
incredible.
a priest. So, yes, I've always wanted to sing and dance. And there was a time where, with African parents, they always are like, are you sure that this is what you want to do? And
Are you sure you really want to do this?
Exactly. They want to make sure I'm financially stable. And I was like, yes, I'm going to push for this. All my families are in the medical field. My sisters are biomedical scientists. And I tapped into that briefly.
Yeah, during the pandemic, you were a medical lab assistant. So what did that entail for you? And your parents must have been so happy.
They were very happy for those 8 months.
She's getting a real job.
That's what they considered.
She's got security. She's got money in the bank. She's got the singing and dancing.
Oh, my goodness. They were very happy. But I had to have something to do where I was helping society. I feel as though that moment, so much was going on with COVID, so I was able to help with people giving in their COVID samples, testing it in the lab in London. So, yeah, it was a very hard time, but I was very blessed to be a part of the COVID
the pandemic
cycle.
Almost coming out of it.
Coming out of it to make sure that, yeah, people were testing negative, and yeah, it was very hard, but it was a blessed time.
And you almost done what your parents wanted you to do, so you ticked that box with them as well.
Tick that box, and then I jumped away.
You're like, bye, thank you.
Mom, bye, Dad.
And finally, Jochebel, if I could ask you to give me one word that would describe Tina, the Tina Turner musical, what would that word be? A lot of pressure on you now.
I'm not going to give you one.
Silence.
I'm going to give you 3.
Give me 3.
Simply the best.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Simply the best.
I want to do Rolling.
Yes, do it.
Rolling
Let's
on
go.
the river. Do-do-do-do.
Okay, you're hired.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's the hair. It's the crowning.
It's the crowning.
The hair is my own. Or
Oh,
is it?
beautiful.
A massive thank you to Jochebel for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Tina, the Tina Turner musical is currently playing at the Bord Gáis Energy Theatre. Head over to bordgaishenergytheatre.ie for details on dates and tickets. Lots more still to come here on the 6 o'clock show. See you back here after the short break. Thank you so much.